All right, I had the Army Corps of Engineers accessing my property with some monstrous sized vehicles, and while they were out here they tore up one of my disc golf baskets and they're paying to replace it. So I've got the basket and I'm going to show you how I'm installing a MVP Black Hole Pro HD basket so that you can have a permanently mounted disc golf basket on your property at a significantly less cost than the real pro ones. Here's what you're going to need. It's got a rake, got a level, got the basket, got a screwdriver, some adhesive. This is for cutting pipe. And then I've got a post hole digger, the pipe. This is actually just half of the pipe, and that cutter I used already to cut the pipe in half. They're like 8 feet long and easier to move when they're only 4 feet or 5 feet. And then we've got a coupler, a couple bags of concrete, some gloves, a stick that I'm going to use to help mix up the concrete, and a bucket of water, and I could get plenty more from the river if I need it. And so first I'm going to come over here and dig a hole. All right, I've dug my hole. It's about 2.5 feet down and got the pole just in there. Now I'm going to start pouring in some concrete and some of the water. We'll mix it all up and get this thing leveled up. I went ahead and put in almost both bags of concrete and 2 buckets of water. Also put a little bit of concrete and water into the hole itself of the metal conduit. This is 1.25 inch thick conduit from the electrical section at Lowe's, and that matches up perfectly with the size of the basket from MVP. And now you can cut these at whatever height you want. I'm gonna do this one about, let's say 8 inches, but if you want pro style baskets, you can go a lot higher. If you want it really low to the ground, you can cut it almost all the way to the bottom. Just leave yourself enough room for the coupling. And got it leveled up, and we're gonna make that cut. And then we'll let the concrete set up before we make our final attachments of the basket. All right, the concrete's been setting up for about 1.5 hours. I also went ahead and put in the main pole and connected it and used some adhesive in there to hold it in place and screwed those in. So now I am going to put the basket together and then use the rake to smooth out all the dirt. And just like that, basket is back in place and we're back in business, ready to play some disc golf. Hope this helps you be able to install a basket at a fraction of the cost, but still very high quality, very playable. Probably not good for a publicly open course, but definitely good for your backyard that you play with some friends.